Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Scorpio for May 2021. So before I begin, I'd just like to just highlight the format for this reading. So the card on the left is a message from your guardian, the archangel that you'll be working with for the month. And it will highlight the major lessons, the major influences, or the big things that are kind of moving through your life at this time. And the card on the right highlights the minor or the day-to-day interactions that might be influenced by that major arcana theme. And it might also provide insights and advice about how to work with that lesson as well. All right, so let's take a deep breath. So I'd just like to ask you to really center your mind and your attention in your heart center. And as you do this, really feel connected with the earth. And really connect in and try to just ground your emotionally, all right, and to the earth. So I'm just going to start with what Archangel Michael has sort of given me about this month. And he's showing me the word for the Fool, which highlights the Fool card. And this sense of, a fresh new start, I don't know, is when you, like the Fool, like about to jump off that cliff or about to walk off that cliff, is sort of a sense of also detachment, right? And being at peace with what your heart is guiding you to do. Being at peace with that and being fearless. And he also showed me the word rex in Latin, which means king. And so it gives me a sense of authority and stability and opportunities. And it may be where you have this sense of where you're going. You may have this strong sense of direction and purpose, and where you are ready to go into action. And so that you're able to make progress in a way that you've not been able to in the past. Now they're writing the word empath. And this, for me, sort of highlights for you Scorpios being, intensely, yeah, they're right, intensity, with intensity, very empathic, okay? And in some ways, this, helps you to always know what's going on around you and to also be able to be influential. At the same time, that the image I was seeing at the beginning, it just seemed almost like the physical form was like water, right? And just sort of floating. And that's why it gave me a sense of that of you needing to ground and really, not lose sense of your legs and your feet and your purpose. So don't get so caught up in everyone else's, what's going on around you. And there's a lot of intense feelings and things going on the earth right now. And what it will really need is compassion. It keeps showing me the word compassion, okay? And confidence. People may speak to you in confidence and share things with you because they can sense that you have this intense strength and conviction. But don't allow yourself to I'm getting a sense of, do this in proportion, and just because you can be available to everyone, make sure that you're just not available to everyone, right? Because it can be a bit too much, and you need some time. You need to make sure you're balancing. So, first of all, recognize you can't help everybody, and trust yourself when you know this person isn't ready. So you might say to yourself, "Why waste your time?" But you do it anyway. So trust that, okay? You're not judging them. You're clear that this is your guidance is letting you know that this is not their time, and they're going to go through some more things. And if you tell them it's not going to make that big of an impact, not right now. They may think they want it, but they're not ready for it, and so you need to be aware of that. And you may need to convey that to them in a very compassionate way, and let them know it's going to be okay, but you're not ready now, and not to push it. When certain things happen, you'll be ready. Okay, and then someone like me or someone else will show up for you and help you at that time. Also, they're writing the word compensation. So make sure that you're just not giving everything and not allowing yourself to receive anything. So if people want to bless you, let's just put it that way, for being who you are, make sure you receive that, because that gives you that boost. It boosts your energy. It elevates you. The validation of that, the exchange, it validates you, and it boosts your energy so that you can really be available in the way that you're needed when you're needed. If that makes any sense. And, keeping in mind what we just said about being aware of when people have a need but they're not ready, and knowing what to do and how to handle that. And that's, boundaries that you need to develop in what you do. So, this is spiritual boundaries. Because if you ignore those kind of things, then if you go ahead with that interaction, you're going to feel drained by it, because you're going to start to see that you're helping people and it's not, they're stagnating, is what the word they're writing. And then you start to stagnate because you're not following your divine guidance, and it is draining you, meaning it is deflating, or it's causing you to feel not very good about what you do and the way you're wired. So there is a responsibility here, and you may not want to do it because you don't know how to do it, because it feels wrong, but it's right. Okay, so that compensation piece and setting boundaries by following the guidance you're given and helping when it's needed, when it's possible to help, and knowing when it's not, and being compassionate and saying so. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the message from the Archangel that you will be working with, and it's Archangel Haniel. And I think this card is really apropos in the sense of, this whole thing of this empathic, this whole psychic awareness that we need to have, right? And psychic hygiene that we need to be. And, again, the moon cycles, and it's like, in general, talking about cycles, there's just a time and a place for everything, right? Sometimes it's time for this, and other times it's time for that. It's a time to heal. It's a time to take action, time to evaluate. Sometimes there are times when our ignorance is a part of our process, and as much as our enlightenment and is a part of that, your process, your journey. So honor those cycles. Be aware of the cycles, not only for yourself first and foremost, where you are in your cycle, and then be aware of the cycles that others are in, and honor that. And if anything, help them to honor that for themselves as well, to be aware of it and honor it. And then And that is how you would establish those boundaries for yourself. But be aware of if you're in that mode where you're receiving, and I just wrote the word oxygen, and that usually means to breathe, right? So that means you need to take in. You need to take in. You need some time to breathe. You need some time to get your own priorities together. And so make sure you give yourself that opportunity. All right, so let's see. Now, you can't make this up. So you know what this Queen of Wands is about. This is the message from your guardian angel, because she has that problem. She cannot, typically she just is a mother to everyone and doesn't take the time to mother herself, meaning to do all the things that she would do for everybody, all the wonderful things that she does for everyone else, and the way that she's guiding them in an empathic way. She doesn't do it for herself. And then when things get out of balance, then she's no good. You're no good to yourself or to anyone else. So they keep writing the word responsible. You have to be responsible. This psychic hygiene. And this seems like not, this doesn't seem important to like some of the things that you may be wanting for yourself in your life right now. But this is the reason why those things aren't happening if you're experiencing that. Okay? I also get a sense of that word compensation, that some of you, and they're confirming this for some of you, that, your spiritual path is as a healer. And so that work you're being called to do, all right? In whatever capacity, whether it's mainstream or in the new age, in any way that you are passionate about being of service in this way, you should take action on this. This is going to create some incredible changes in your life. And all right, so I send you lots of love. And if you're interested in having an angel reading with me and you feel called to do so, you can go to my webpage, theangelschool.com/services page. And on that page, there are different options. But if you feel that you would like to take advantage of this special offer that I've been providing since the beginning of the pandemic, where my half-hour reading for $77 has been extended for 1 full hour. So you would just click on that half-hour reading as is, and within 24 hours on the first business day, I will send you a confirmation email noting that special offer, and it will come with the instructions, the starting date for availability, for you to set up your appointment. And just keep in mind that I schedule people in the order that I receive them. I also meditate and with your angels from the availability that you provide me according to what I ask. So please do enough of what I ask there. I choose that day, and to me this is a sacred part of the process, okay? And it's a huge part of the work, the way that I work with you and the work that we will accomplish. So there are no restrictions or limitations, so you don't have to worry about if you had a reading before, etc. All right, just keep reiterating that because it's important to hear. All right, and I would ask you to just, within 24 hours of getting the confirmation email, that you let me know that you got it, because there's been some glitches with email recently, so just want to make sure that you're getting what our communications are getting through. All right, so have a beautiful month of May, and may God bless you all.